So today, I'm just gonna draw a bunch of fish on my iPad here. So I made this single cover, there you can see it, and the idea was just to cover the page in birds because I thought that would be fun to draw. I just made another song, and I don't want to do that same thing and repeat a pattern. And I made a bunch of eyeballs. Wow, there it is. Wow. So today I thought it would be fun to draw a bunch of fish. I finished my animal ABC claymation video. Just got my painting into an art gallery this week. That's pretty, I don't know, cool thing. So with the bird drawing, I made it blue. With the eyeball drawing, I made it mostly pink. So for this drawing of the fish, I thought I would do it green. So I have this green color, and then I did a sketch layer where I just roughly drew the little fish. And I figure I'll add some texture and stuff when it's done. Probably end up looking something more like this. Maybe I'll make the background a different color than the actual fish. So making these simple fish, all sorts of different shapes. What I'm basically doing is I draw the fish shape, the tail. It's definitely changed size. I'm drawing a bunch of just lines on the tail. Draw a bunch of lines here. Jerk that to separate the head. The fins, I'm making random fins for this. So I'm just making up fish, honestly, but it's more fun that way. So just draw the fish however I want. I've been putting a line down the center of all of them. Sometimes I do dots on the top. Basically dots, the lines going different directions, and then for the eyes, we'll do a dot with a circle around it or a dot with two circles around it. It's pretty fun. The lines going down, and then I'm gonna do dots on the top part. Oh, crazy. The thought is I just want a nice variety of different looking fish. I want to have the fun drawing the fish. I want their fins to look different. And then, as I said, this will be used as a single cover for a song that I came out with. A fish fact that I learned, I don't know if it's true, but I think clownfish can change gender. Just like in nature they do that. So that's pretty interesting. I want to give this guy a big fin. Looks cool. It's like betta fish. They got some cool looking fins, right? I had a pet fish when I was younger, and we were moving to another country, so we had to give the pet fish to some neighbors. And so those neighbors, they had that pet fish, and it died shortly after. They got really busy, and they threw the fish in the freezer and then forgot about it, and it just ended up going, I think, further and further back into their freezer. And then eventually we visited them years later. Half a decade later, and I asked about the fish, and they still had that fish in their freezer, and they pulled it out and they showed it to me, and I was shocked. At least that's how I remember it. I was 5 when this happened. I like this activity, randomly drawing stuff all over the place. Did a painting of a swordfish somewhat recently. It's right here. Maybe check that out. There's another fish. It's kind of similar style with all those lines. A female sunfish can lay up to 3 million eggs at once. That's a fun fact. I want it to be as crowded as possible, but I don't want it to be overlapping. Most fish do not have eyelids, so they cannot close their eyes to sleep. They sleep with their eyes open because they can't close their eyes. If you want to see what I'm doing, you're invited to be here, and I'll try to make it a little entertaining. I'm having fun drawing, having fun painting. I like using textured brushes. I like texture to my artwork. So I'm going to be drawing regardless, but might as well invite other people into the creative process and to chill and see what I'm doing. I graduate in July, certificate in communication and focus in videography, minor in graphic design. I got a certificate. It was supposed to be the fundamentals of art. They changed it on me. They changed the name of it to graphic design, so I have a certificate in graphic design. Took a lot of art classes for that certificate in graphic design, and I also have a minor in graphic design. So it kind of feels like overkill, two different graphic design things. I was only trying to get one, but I got 2. Here's another interesting fact. Not all fish are actually fish. Jellyfish are not considered fish. Sharks are fish. Dolphins and whales are mammals. I'm sure we all knew that. You know why a mammal is called a mammal? It's because the mammary gland. I know that because I have a toddler son and we reading a lot of animal books, and a lot of books in general. A lot better rhymes in kid books, I'll tell you. They just they do a better job at rhyming. Adult books, for some reason, they don't feel the need to rhyme. I think someone should write a book for adults on economics or something real boring, and then have a bunch of rhymes. So pictures, when you have pictures in a book, it's nice when they do that. If I'm reading a historical book, I like some pictures in there. It's not that hard to put 1 or 2 pictures in your book. I think it does add to quality. You got photographs, talking about some nice illustrations, preferably woodcut illustrations are nice. And these other ones, they all have different eyes. Some of them look terrified. Look at that one. You guy's looking like a terrified fish. Some of them look quite content. He looks upset fish. Ooh, look at that guy. This guy looks content. That's a content fish. Oh, that looks good. Wow. Maybe a little one, maybe like a long one. Nah, I don't like that. Gills. Those are gills. This guy's gonna have dots here. This guy's gonna have stripes. I think that guy's good. The dude. My son's in bed. I'm drawing fish. Go the same way. That looks like crap. What do with that guy? Leave it blank. No, I'm not gonna do anything more. It looks good. Dots. We're doing dots. I wasn't sure how the dots would look on the fish. When I started this, to say, I'm a fan. Looks good. It's good. Dots look good on the fish. I think I put a lot of dots in the last few fish that I've been doing. But to start off, wasn't doing as many dots. Anyone else look at sheep and goats on Facebook Marketplace a lot? I don't do a lot, but sometimes. You see cute goats and sheep, you think, I could just quit all this and live off the land somewhere. Some goat and sheep and sell the wool from the goats and the sheep. And that would be my livelihood. It'd be a sheep and goat herder. Something to think about. Now this is looking pretty good. So far, so good. It's looking cool. It's a lot of fish. Is that enough fish is the question. And I think it's enough fish. I want to make the background, I think, darker. It's going to be a dark green. And then I'm going to leave the fish a lighter green. I'm going to try a different brush. Maybe a more watery brush. Make that small. Oh, that looks good. I like that. It's looking cool. Should do some highlights somewhere. Maybe the eyes. Make the eyes very bright on all of them. Give them very light eyes, light green. It's going to take a while to color this in, but it's pretty chill. When I was younger, I resented naps. Did not want naps. Now as a grown adult man, I crave naps. I want naps. Coloring in some water for some fish. Making it green, making it green. Coloring in some water for some fish. Making the water green. It's a little song. Call it Making the Water Green. Written and performed Connor McDevitt. Honestly, I could have just drag and dropped. Just gone and just made the background all a solid green. But I like the texture. I like all the little tiny details. Look at that. Here, look. Full screen. I'll throw it up on the screen at the end, but look, it's looking kind of cool. Looking pretty good so far. Looking pretty good. Here we go. Boom. It looks blue. Looking at it in the screen, it's not blue. It's all green. These are all shades of green. I think I can darken up the fish. I think that's what I think I'm gonna go. Is that yellow? Is that green? Oh, too neon. Don't want to go neon. Is that a nice? It's just a slightly darker. Nah, we get darker. Maybe I make the eyes darker. Maybe I want to go different. Maybe I want to go neon. It'll stick out. That looks kind of nice. I like drawing with friends or having someone next to me. I'm working on a project. They're working on a project. You can give them feedback. You can say, hey, does this look good? What do you think? And you can quickly tell what they think, even if they don't express it in words. They'll go, I don't know about that. Maybe not. Maybe you shouldn't do that. Like this, look at this detail. Going outside the line. What? That's okay. You can do that. No one cares. Looks good. I like it. I like drawing outside the lines. Not that much. It's just a little bit. The neon green, it makes you focus on those eyes. I like it. I think it looks good. I'm gonna sign it. I'm gonna add a texture. I have just paper texture. On paper textures. This paper texture, which on video it just looks like literally a white screen. But on here, looks like a beautiful paper texture. Oh, I think that looks cool. Adding the texture of the fish makes them shimmery a little bit. We gotta make it cover everything though. Oh, that looks cool. I think I'm happy with that. I usually assign in the bottom right corner, which is where you usually assign. I have a fish there. So, assign in between these fish. Very small. It's there. You can barely see it. Then I'm gonna throw a picture up on the screen. I'm gonna say, here's the picture. It's up on the screen right now. The picture is on the screen as I'm talking. And it'll be there on the screen. You'll see a bunch of fish. Fish will be all over the screen, except it's a square, and the aspect ratio of this is 16:19. So the fish will actually be in a square, and they'll probably be black. Bars on the side. That's what you're seeing. This is the fish that I drew, and enjoy the fish. Very good. Anyways, good talking to you. I'll see you later.